Us girls are not hard to identify when we are in love. You know, the constant texting, calling, flirting, PDA, and dates. The feeling is just like newlyweds. But when you wake up one day and begin to notice that there is an emotional distance and the love starts to wane, then reality begins to dawn on you. The honeymoon period has ended. Don't get me wrong. More often than not, the intense passion a relationship starts with mostly transforms into a more stable romantic partnership. However, when there is evidence that your relationship is falling into crisis, you need to act fast before you lose her. Stay with me as we reveal how you can tell that she's losing interest in you. She doesn't make time for you. It's crucial to be aware of your partner's ability to juggle various aspects of life, such as work, family commitments, hobbies, and social outings, especially if you notice a consistent pattern of her neglecting quality time with you. When she does manage to fit you into her schedule, it might seem more like fulfilling an obligation than expressing genuine enthusiasm. Let's talk about the idea that someone can be too busy. The reality is that whether a person holds a high-profile position like president or CEO, finding time for someone else is possible if they genuinely want to. Simply put, people prioritize and make time for those they truly value and want to spend time with. If you find yourself in a situation where you're feeling consistently neglected, it's time for an open and honest conversation. Having this conversation may lead to a better understanding of each other's priorities and expectations. Hopefully, you can work together to find a balance that satisfies both of your needs and strengthens the connection between you. She stopped putting in effort. There's no strict rule stating that a woman must wear makeup and heels for a date night, but it's worth paying attention if your partner, who once enjoyed dressing up, now seems to prefer comfy sweats over stylish stilettos. This is an observation that requires a delicate approach. Instead of outright accusing her of not making an effort, consider gently mentioning something she used to do that you found particularly delightful. Changes in personal style can sometimes be a reflection of shifting interests or feelings. This shift from glam to casual attire could potentially signify a change in her level of interest. Opening up a conversation in this manner allows her to share her thoughts and feelings without feeling defensive. By mentioning something positive from the past, you're subtly indicating that you noticed a change without making it sound like an accusation. She doesn't prioritize communication. In any relationship, how you talk and connect with each other is super important. Every couple develops their own way of communicating, their own rhythm. But if you've started to notice a big change in how she texts or calls you, that's like a big warning sign that she might not be as interested as before. Think about it. Maybe she used to send you those sweet, emoji-packed texts, genuinely curious about your day. But now, it feels different. She doesn't ask you stuff or joke around like she used to. When she does send a text, it's usually just responding to something you said. She doesn't go the extra mile to keep the conversation going or ask more questions. This change isn't just about texting. It's like the fun and curiosity in your conversations have taken a back seat. It might make you wonder if she's still as excited or involved in the relationship. Before jumping to conclusions, it's a good idea to have an open chat about it. Share what you've noticed and how it makes you feel, but do it in a way that shows you're trying to understand, not blame. This kind of conversation can help both of you express what's on your minds, and it might uncover deeper issues that need attention. She stopped sharing. It's like she hit the brakes on sharing. Remember when she used to spill all the details about her life and you found it adorable how she could talk so much? Well, now it's like she's turned into a woman of few words. You can feel that something's up. Maybe she's going through a rough patch. But when you ask her about it, she just puts on a smile and insists, "I'm fine." Even when she's all excited about something and you ask why, she brushes it off with a casual, "It's nothing." It's not just a shift in the amount she talks. It's like she's closed the door on sharing those little tidbits about her life that she used to let you in on. Things that she'd happily discussed with you before are suddenly off limits. It makes you wonder what might have happened for things to change so much. Maybe she doesn't see the point in sharing when you're not the person she turns to anymore. This shift in openness can be tough to handle, and it might hint at a deeper change in how she sees the relationship. She no longer complains, "Hey, isn't it a positive thing if she's not complaining all the time?" And you'd be absolutely correct. Complaints aren't always a bad thing. Sometimes they show that she cares about you and the relationship. So when you notice a sudden absence of complaints, even for things that clearly matter to her, it's a signal to tune in. She might be losing some interest. It's essential to recognize that this isn't a straightforward issue to tackle. While it's great that she's not constantly pointing out problems, the absence of complaints could also mean a shift in her level of engagement. But here's the thing, it's not too late to address it. Understanding this change and figuring out how to navigate it might require some guidance. It's about finding the right approach to turn things around. Initiating open and honest conversations about your relationship, her feelings, and your concerns could be a starting point. This isn't about placing blame. It's about understanding each other better and working together to reignite the spark. She's avoiding getting intimate. Let's talk about intimacy. Basically, the closeness and connection you share in a relationship. When you start noticing a lack of intimacy, it's like a red flag waving, signaling that things might be taking a turn for the worse. It's not just about physical closeness, but also feeling emotionally connected. This drop in intimacy could be trying to tell you something deeper. It might be a sign that she's not finding you as attractive as before, or she might not see your presence as exciting or enjoyable anymore. It's like the spark is fading. And hey, there's also that worry. Is there someone else in the picture? It's a thought that can make your mind race, but hold on a sec before jumping to conclusions. Instead of assuming, the smart move is to have an honest conversation with her. Ask about what's going on and how she's feeling. It could be stress or life just throwing too much at her. If you start feeling resentful, angry, or decide to give her the cold shoulder without understanding the root cause, it might just push her further away. The last thing you want is to let these feelings spoil your relationship. She avoids your friends when a woman loses interest in the guy she's dating. And, well, his friends too. It's like a flashing sign telling you to pay attention. Now, it could mean one of two things. Either she's not as attracted to you anymore, or there's something else going on. Remember those early days when she was all in for hanging out with your friends? Well, if that enthusiasm has fizzled out, it's worth taking a closer look. Don't sweep it under the rug. Bring it into the open. It could be something external affecting the relationship, and dealing with it together can be a game changer. The key here is communication, sharing your thoughts, listening to hers, and figuring out how to move forward as a team. Relationships aren't always smooth sailing, but tackling issues head on, especially when it comes to shifts in interest and dynamics, can help you both understand each other better and potentially strengthen your connection. She always argues, when someone is looking for a way out of a relationship, they often resort to picking fights over the most trivial stuff. It's like they're trying to create a snowball effect, hoping that the arguments will escalate, and maybe you'll give them a reason to walk away. The tricky part is that they might not have a solid reason themselves, so they're trying to make you the one who brings it up without you even realizing it. If you've noticed, she's always on your case about the tiniest things, turning every little comment into a full-blown shouting match. That's a significant red flag, waving right in front of you. Please like, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.